We're back on the air. It's just a moment we want to let you know.
You missed a lot.
We had a 3rd down and 12, ball at about our and on our side of the field. It was exactly
about
where
around
it was,
the 30.
around the 30-yard line, and then we completed a 50-yard pass to Dylan Reed. Got the ball down to the Pea Ridge just inside their 20-yard line. And then we just got a penalty, a holding penalty.
Cooper snuck it around the right-hand side for a 1st down, but that came back for a holding penalty. So now we got 2nd down at about 20.
And there's nice, hard, strong run. That's Weston Bartholomew.
Weston Bartholomew. Easterling at the Austin Easterling playing on both ends of the ball. But I like it the fact that we have defensive backs making stops. That means we're getting some yards.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to be 3rd down and about 14 to go for the Tigers. Ball at the 21-yard line.
The last 3rd and long went real well on our.
Yes, it did, and the fans, those watching didn't get to see it, but
it was pretty.
We lost the feed. We're back on now in the shotgun. Here's Cooper Winters. Cooper's in trouble. He's just going to throw it away. Nice, smart move by Cooper, not taking the sack. And did you see that? He threw that ball a long way to get it out of bounds.
40 yards over everybody.
And he was on his back foot pedaling. But now, looks like it wouldn't surprise me if we see Landon Allen here with a field goal try. This one will be about a 30, probably about a 38-yarder.
Allen.
So Landon back out. Just missed the 42 yards earlier.
We're almost at 2 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, so this quarter now has picked up the pace a little bit, but we've had a lot of activity with our Tigers leading 21, looking to stretch that lead by 3, but it's going to come off the foot of Landon Allen.
Landon Allen, this will be a 38-yard try. Halbert to hold, good snap. Kick is down, it's on the way. It is good. Yes, from 38 yards, Landon Allen, 24-0. And what a kick by Landon. You know, his kick that he missed from 42 was in that same trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little longer. If that would have been longer, that might have gone right too. So that one worked well for us. And now the Tigers have had an incredible 3rd quarter. With 2:15 to go in the 3rd, it's 24-0.
I don't know what Coach Absher said, but he needs to can it and sell it because we've got a little pep in our step in here in the 2nd half, now leading 24-0. And I was ready for a slugfest. I was thinking if we got out of here 3-0, that'd be fine.
Well, I'll tell you, they have played Pea Ridge. The thing is, in this quarter, Pea Ridge has not punted the ball.
They haven't had the ball.
They've had 3 turnovers.
Turnovers, yeah.
They had 2 interceptions and then had a little bit of a drive going, got down to Prairie Grove 20 and fumbled the snap. It was just a fumbled snap. And now Landon Allen to kick.
Been told to keep it away from number 6. And he did. He kept it away from 6.
Nice coverage that time. Prairie Grove, they're going to have it around.
Jack Rapp on the return.
Several of the Tigers in there on the tackle. You know, Jake, you mentioned that the coaches said this week that they wanted to try to make them one-dimensional if they could.
They wanted to get them out of that one-dimensional.
One-dimensional from a running standpoint.
Right.
Now they may become one-dimensional from a passing standpoint, which is not their
forte.
Not their strong suit. They're not a bad passing team when they have that run, but when you can just wait and know they got to throw the ball, that's why it surprised me when they're only down 7-0 or 14.
Kind of left
14,
the game plan.
Yeah, they went right deep, long, and then that.
They may have thought they saw something, but what they've seen enough with number 4 tonight in John Halbert.
And they give it to Wynn. Good move, and now Wynn with a nice cutback, and I think Wynn. Nice move by Wynn. And Halbert slums him to the ground, but not before Wynn goes from 120 inside the other 20. And that was a big run and a lot of momentum needed. And it's interesting. We're just talking about will they stay in their game plan. That's their game plan is Mr. Wynn.
You give the ball to number 6 and let him do what he just did, and he sets up his blocks. If you watch him, he doesn't have lightning fast speed, but he uses angles and sets up his blocks as good as anybody we played all year long.
And now with that run, Pea Ridge
they're in business.
They're at the 12-yard line, 1st and 10, and now they're going to give to Morgan on the inside. He's going to be wrapped up about the 14. And that is
Murphy.
No, that was number 14 for the Tigers.
Nodier.
And you mentioned Nodier. You can't fool Nodier.
Well, and that's the thing where you're looking for him in this particular offense to do a lot of reading. He's going to have to trust his instincts and go with that gut. And on that particular play, they're watching the quarterback, and they're watching his feet, watching the placement of the ball, and then they release. Defensive ends and linebackers have to step up and make plays to stop this particular offense.
2nd down and 12. Wynn's going to get the ball and going to dive forward.
Nodier put a shoulder in on him on that one.
He's going to get it back. He's going to get past, going to have about 3rd down and 8 to go.
Brandon Taylor. And when you have these lanes blocked up, it means that Jared Murphy's doing his job down in there too. He's creating you're going to have to go around me kind of attitude. And we haven't heard Jacob call. We haven't called his name a whole lot. But
well, he's gotten a fumble and a couple big tackles early on, and need Jacob maybe to make a big play here. 3rd down, 8 to go. Ball at the Prairie Grove 10. And now Easterling keeping. He's looking. Throws. He's going to the end zone.
That's touchdown.
Touchdown. Oh, no.
Jack Rapp. No,
Incomplete.
He calls him out of bounds. It is real hard to see the lines here.
Well, from our angle, at this point, I couldn't even see.
I thought that was a 6. I thought that was a good touchdown. Now that sets up a 4th down
from the 10.
And 8. So if you're Coach Travis, what do? Well, you want points on the board, or you want to try to take advantage of the touchdown? What do you do?
I think here you've got to go. I mean, you're down by 24. Field goal, you're still going to have to score 3 times in the 4th quarter. Here, you score and get a 2-point conversion, you're only 2 down. And
they're going to talk about it.
Well, let's take this time out with them. With 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, Prairie Grove leading 24-0.
PG Telco is the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
Okay, we're back. It's 4th down. Ball's at the 9.
It is. This is. I got to admit, I don't know that I'm shocked that they're going for it, but I think I would try to get some points, but I don't know.
But you know what kind of I don't know what kind of field goal kicker they have. And now he's roll. This is Easterling rolling to his right. He's got one receiver and knocked away.
Incomplete. Guess who's in coverage?
John Halbert.
Yeah, number 4.
Is there a flag on the play? Did I see a flag?
No.
Okay. Well,
how many times do you go to number 4's side? How many times do you go to Halbert's side?
The thing that was interesting there, if you notice, there was only one primary receiver there. I'm surprised on a 4th down and 9.
Well, they had the underneath route covered. That was the only chance they had.
And they had the guy there in the corner. They had 2 receivers, really.
That was going to take the perfect pass, and the perfect pass in that particular situation, I think Halbert would have caught that one as well. So Tigers take over on downs.
And I think for me, I don't want to second guess too much. I would have found some way to get the ball to win and trying to get that. Now it's Colby Elkins, or Speed, J.D. Speed. Speed gets his legs knocked out from under him. That's number 8. That's Beard. It was Elkins. Colby Elkins on the carry. I thought it was Colby when he first ran. He ran like Colby right off the bat.
It's a gain of 5 yards any way you want to look at it, so it's 2nd down and 5. That's the end of the 3rd quarter, Lynn.
Well, after 3 quarters of play, and that was Prairie Grove's quarter, 24 unanswered points for the Tigers, and they lead 24-0. We'll be back after these messages.
PG Telco is the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. Let's face it, life's moving along at a faster pace these days, and every now and again you find that one stop that allows you to catch your breath. That one stop that reminds you of the good old-fashioned values. The one stop that hand dips their ice creams and makes hamburgers to die for. The one stop that can furnish you with propane and pizza and everything in between. And they usually call you by your name and ask you about your family. Well, that place in Prairie Grove is Frederick's One Stop, serving Prairie Grove since 1975. They say, "Go Tigers!"
We've had a lot of activity on the comments page the last little while, and a lot of people were begging for a defensive stand there. It's like
they got it.
Then they got that, and you got to give Prairie Grove a lot of credit there for holding them out of the end zone. That's twice now we've held them. They've been down inside our 10 now a couple times. And
and you hit on it. We forced them out of what their comfort zone, and that's been pretty big.
Leslie J. commenting and wanting that defensive stand. Doug Bartholomew's saying he wished the Hogs would do as well as PG is doing tonight. And
well, they'll do okay tomorrow.
They will do great tomorrow.
Hogs will be fine tomorrow.
They won't lose tomorrow, that's for sure.
As I'm looking across the field, I'm seeing, you got Channel 5 here. I drove in behind Arkansas CW. We're getting a lot of media coverage. When I went by to see Coach Absher the other day, I didn't know whether he was happy or frustrated. As these doggone media guys won't leave me alone. And he looks at me, what do you want? I'm just here to see if you need anything, Coach. But it is kind of neat to be this late in the season and have this kind of excitement. And the guys like it when they see themselves on TV and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. And it's good to know that our program is at the forefront right now. People are watching us, and right now, there's different rankings throughout the state. Hooten's, which is one of the more popular ones, they've got us ranked number 5 in the 4A. But I'll tell you, I have been impressed. Now, I know the third quarter was tough on the Blackhawks, but I have been so impressed with their heart, with their effort, with their I've been extremely impressed with Wynn. Been impressed with Morgan, the fullback. I'm not sure what's holding up
We've
play
got some
right now.
delay.
We got somebody walking across the back end of the field. So unsure what the stoppage in play is right now.
Well, their coach is still talking to the officials for some reason.
You were talking about that hamburger smell. It has gotten to me so bad now.
Yeah, and this place is famous for their hamburgers, from what I gather.
Well, I hope they'll stay open long enough I can catch one on my way out.
Well, and let's go ahead and say this. We want to thank the band boosters, because that's one thing when you're at home, they take care of you at halftime.
Absolutely. They
sure
do.
We want to thank them with the concession stand. And, the next 2 games will be at home. We got Gentry next week, and then Gravett to wind up the season.
And if we can hang on here and get one more victory, we would clinch. And that would mean first 3 playoff games will be at home too. So that would be all well. Here's Cooper Winters. He's going to hand it. That is Bartholomew.
Weston Bartholomew
And
lowers his shoulders.
Lowers his shoulders and goes forward.
Says hello.
I'm gonna show the age a little bit here, but it was funny though that run over before the game tonight. My boys were online watching YouTube of greatest NCAA and pro hits, and they actually had one when Bo Jackson ran over Brian Bosworth. I know it shows, but that's what he just lowered his shoulder to boom.
For Tiger fans, we really wanted to see that. We would like to run a few minutes off. It'd be kind of nice.
We have a
Blackhawk fans are not giving up,
trips
though.
to the left, and now just Cooper's going to tuck and run here to the other side.
Ball's out.
The ball, And that is
Jacob Call.
Jacob Call. He's been around the ball tonight. As far as when that thing's been loose, he's been around it.
Cooper may be hearing the phone ring right about now.
He got popped. Coop got popped on that one.
That's like Blake Routon. He's been everywhere tonight. I tell you, some of these Blackhawk linemen, I don't know that I could feed them. I mean, these guys are huge.
They may have made a burger stop on their way at halftime.
I'm sure they did.
Some big fellas. Now single back. That's Bartholomew back with Cooper. 2 wideouts. They're going to give it to, and he's hit by Routon in the backfield. I didn't see where Routon lined up that time, but
he ran right by Ledbetter that time. He's right over top of the center.
And there was no stopping him.
That blew up that play before it got started.
Well, what the Tigers need to make sure they do is as they have these
Protect
plays,
the ball now.
Protect the ball. Let that 25-second clock run down.
And here's where our senior leadership is going to come in. I mean, these guys have been in games before. Cooper's, he knows how to milk that clock.
You got to think Cooper Winters is now probably playing close to almost 30 high school football games in his career. Trip to the right. This time he's going to take off to the left side. He's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be a little closer than I thought, but he is short by about a yard.
Dalton Morgan on the stop for the Blackhawks. Now 4th and just inches. All right, Coach Gregson, what do you do? 4th and inches.
Oh, they're moving the chains.
Oh, they're moving the chains.
That makes it an easy decision. I'm going to run the ball again on this play.
And it's pretty obvious that Coach Absher has decided he's going to keep it on the ground and let's chew some clock up. That was a big 3rd down conversion for Cooper Winters.
Boy, it was close, and they went ahead and moved it. So that first down starts moving that clock. We're down under 10 minutes to go.
The officials are not endearing themselves to the home crowd. They would at least wanted a measurement, but they didn't get one. They just move them on.
Now they're in the I formation. I believe that's Speed behind Bartholomew, and J.D. Speed's going to get it. This is the way we started the half off, and Speed goes about 7-8 yards on the carry. And
Tyler Handy, he's only 6'1", 260.
We started the second half off with this I formation, which isn't a normal formation for us. We started off, so at halftime they must have seen something. We saw that we were having success off the middle. We came back in the second half, started it off 2 straight, and then we opened it up.
Well, what you're seeing the offensive line now is they're beginning to maintain their blocks, getting a little push. But with our speed, you don't need a massive hole. You just need a crease.
Under 9 minutes to go now in the ball game. Prairie Grove leads. 2nd down, down 2. There's Bartholomew. There's Weston. Weston's inside the 50, down to about the 47-yard line.
Braxton Caudle with the stop. Yeah, Weston looks like you could put Weston's footwork to music. He's just a little twinkle toes kind of guy. He'll kill me for saying that, but he just sidestep, and then a little swing move to get past the guy. He's constantly moving forward.
We have 3 exceptional backs in our conference, and we're seeing 2 of them here tonight with Wynn, Bartholomew, and then you cannot not talk about Beaudry from Farmington. And there is Speed again. There's J.D. Speed. He's going to go. Give him 6. There we go. The Tigers.
Is that Speed or Logan?
That's Logan Bartholomew.
I didn't think J.D. had that kind of speed.
Logan Bartholomew. So forgive me.
Strep throat or not, Logan's playing his heart out right now under the conditions.
Any of the Bartholomews listening, Logan Bartholomew, give him 6. And the Tigers now have stretched the lead to 30-0. And now, Jake, there's still 8 minutes and 20 seconds, but you can start thinking about what this means for the conference title because Ozark was handling Farmington pretty well.
Yeah.
So that's going to drop their 2nd loss. If the Tigers can take care of business with Gentry, because of even if they lost the last game to Gravett, that would still secure the conference title of the 1st seed from the conference. Extra point on the way.
That kick is good.
31-0. And
I thought with 8 minutes and 20 seconds, I thought you were going to offer up you were going to go get us a hamburger. But
well, you know, I might send one of these East Lab guys to go get some of those burgers. 'Cause they're starting to smell good. But they're all turned around. They had a Five Guys on the way down, Five Guy burger, and but with that touchdown, Prairie Grove takes 31-0 lead. Just got an update that Ozark leads Farmington 35-0. That is a very surprising score.
That is, and boy, that's you felt like Ozark had that talent and had that ability, and they just hadn't been able to put things in track. You didn't see them putting it on track against Farmington because Farmington gave us all we wanted. So wow, that is a big score.
Well, Berryville up 9-0.
The bottom of the base, the battle of the basement's underway.
Berryville leading Gentry. Now, what I would be very interested in is if we got a Gravett Lincoln score. That was only 6-0 at one point.
All right, we have Wynn back deep. You don't want to give it to him. You don't want to give them any momentum whatsoever at this point.
Still the last update we have only on Lincoln Gravett is 31. They kicked it to Wynn this time.
Right to him.
And Wynn's going to take it.
He's got the
he
corner.
He found a little seam, and he breaks back against the grain. He's a tough guy to get down.
And Landon Allen is going to get flagged, I believe, for face mask.
And the sophomore, Bobby Catt, also.
Bobby Catt, I'm sorry. I got the shoes mixed up. Catt's got some loud shoes, too.
But Landon was in there. One of those two got him, and that's going to be, I think the way that head snapped, that might be 15.
It could have been a horse. I don't really know. We'll find out here in a second. Personal foul.
Face mask. So that's 15.
And that was the big one. So that's going to set up Pea Ridge looking pretty good to start their possession here.
They're going to start at their own 47-yard line with 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
I'm glad to see the Tiger fans over there still hanging out with us.
And a lot of them. Because there's some – look back over here by the cars. There's only so many in the stands.
There's something about Tiger fans where if you give them a place to stand up, they'll stand.
And the band is going crazy over there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Osterling, he's
and
keeping
he's going to
it.
be brought down.
That's Jacob Call.
There's the wall of call.
And Nodier on the stop in there as well. They'll give him a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. The big thing is those want to keep that clock running, and it is at 7:50 and counting in this ball game.
He picked up a couple yards, and 7 minutes, 39 seconds to go in the ball game. Prairie Grove with a comfortable 31-0 lead.
It hasn't been this comfortable all night.
No. At halftime, it's very
nothing,
unsettling.
Nothing.
But an explosive third quarter and then a nice drive there. Now Eastern, and he's going to he slips, but he maintains his footing. And there's big Jared Murphy with the sack. Also, Creighton Ledbetter was also helping out.
There's another flag on the play.
I think they're going to call. They may have called horse collar there.
I didn't see a horse collar. We'll find. He's looking against them, it looks like. I don't know. Face mask. I think it's an incidental one, though. It's a 5-yard variety, so.
But I think that'll just be 2nd down. It'll be like they maintain it down, 2nd down and 11, it looks like. 7 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, the guy on the change is still giving them a forward progress of 2nd and 8, but it's actually more like 2nd and 10 or 11. Now the officials win that argument.
Hey, and now there's Wynn with the counter.
Nodier.
Nice play by Brandon. 3rd down and 9, 6:50.
Also, Brandon Taylor, and we didn't call him Brandon Taylor's name a lot. He's had a great season this year so far.
You know, the thing about Brandon Taylor is at volleyball, you always wonder who Batman is, and Batman, Bruce Wayne, as we know. Well, at the volleyball game, we have a Batman that shows up. I think his alter ego may be Brandon Taylor, but he's playing like Batman out there tonight. And now officials
resetting the clock.
6:21 to go. Let's see. Now they're going to run it 6:20. We're almost halfway through the fourth quarter. Tigers still lead. And now Eastling rolling to his right, looking back to his left. He's in trouble. He throws it, and it's going to be incomplete. Under duress.
Braxton Caudill was the intended receiver, but I think Easterling was just running for his life at that point in
Creighton
time.
almost got him in time. Ledbetter.
Fourth down, and we're going to say 8.
I'd say 4th and 8, and they're in the type point in the game. They got to go. Murphy did a nice job up front, keeping things in front of him.
The difference in the second half has been the line play of holding blocks and being able to stuff gaps, and the defensive ends have been playing things, turning it back inside where everybody's been cleaning up.
The Blackhawks from the I formation. Pitch goes to Wynn. He's tripped up early, keeps his foot. Now he's going to throw, and there's another interception. John, why do they keep going to Halbert? That's 3 interceptions for John Halbert.
He was totally beat on that particular play.
A late flag on the play.
Gentry and Gravitt will not throw to the right side of the field. I wouldn't.
Let's see what the call is, who they're looking for. It looks like the way the refs and where he's at on the field and the personal foul. Blocking the back, but it's a first down.
I'm not sure what that.
Was that what that was? Blocking?
I've never seen that signal before.
I'm not sure what that signal was either.
Blocking the back would just be a little use of hands.
Yeah,
so.
that wasn't. I'm not sure what that was.
It's a biggie, whatever it is. It's a 15-yarder.
Well, it was from the end of the catch. Now the Tigers need to hang on to the ball, run some clock. 5:59 to go in the ball game. Prairie Grove leading 31-0.
So maybe 3 first downs away, maybe.
I think so. And John Halbert, 3 interceptions tonight, and they keep going there.
It would be different if the first 2 were definitely just he was going to pick them. Now that one.
We're down to 5 seconds. 3.
That one.
Had to be a quick snap. There's a quick snap. Get it off in time. That play was almost doomed from the beginning just because we run the clock down so far.
That's Blake Routon again there. He's 5'11", 260 pounds. Charlie Holiday next to him is 5'11", 173, and he's the tyke of the bunch.
Pea Ridge has some good size. It's funny, their guys up front are big.
Tyler Handy, 6'1", 260, and they've just got.
They're big, Jake, but then their skill guys are not that big, but they're shifty, fast, and in the I formation. That looks like Colby Elkins at the tailback, but nothing going this time. Several of the Blackhawks in on the tackle. Down to 5 minutes to go in the ball game. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 6 for the Tigers.
I think Handy was at the bottom of that pile along with Routon again. Routon, I would venture to say he's probably had 20 tackles tonight.
Leslie J., you're a beast, Twinkle Toes Weston. I think Twinkle Toes Weston's going to stick.
Should have never said that.
Elliot says, Johnny boy, attaboy. A lot of people appreciate all you watching out there tonight. Elliot, we do wish you a speedy recovery. There's a pitch. That's Colby Elkins. And number 8, Beard, makes a great play. Good play there by Beard.
It would have been nice to get a couple of first downs out of this, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
It would have been good to stay in bounds, too, not to stop the clock.
First punt we've had
in a while.
If we punted at all,
we had one. We had an earlier punt, JD, earlier in the ball game.
That's right.
Well, we're going to have to punt right
about our goal line. He'll hit it about the 3-yard line probably.
So he's standing on the goal line. Need a good snap here. 4:28 to go in the ball game. Prairie Grove comfortably ahead, 31-0, and going to be a good punt. Bounces. Win is not going to.
Just don't want him to touch it. We've limited his touches and we've limited the damage, but he's been good for 1 or 2 plays a quarter where he's burned us pretty bad.
That was Jack Reynolds there to kind of make sure that Wynn didn't get to the ball.
They're still setting it up 1st and 10 on our 39. 4:18. Clock will start counting with the snap of the ball.
Well, in one of your discussions, next time you have the opportunity to have a good discussion with Coach Absher, and we look to the future, let's see if we can do something about these yellow numbers on white jerseys.
I'm not even going to bring that up. They're brand spanking new uniforms. We're going to have them for a while. So
we're going to have to learn.
Next time we bring binoculars.
There you go. There you go. And now Easterling back to pass. They picked up the blitz well that time, and now he's under pressure.
Morgan was the intended receiver. But did you notice he didn't look to the right at all?
No. Good job, Coach.
Max. Coach.
There's a final down in Ozark. Ozark beats Farmington 35-0. That is impressive. Complete. And Jacob Storley is going to make the tackle out of bounds.
Braxton Cottle on the reception.
Cottle, we've called his name quite a few times tonight.
I think it's as far as if they're going to go to the air, that's where they want to go to take it to, is to Braxton Cottle. He's still short of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and long 3.
I was just noticing one of the linemen there, 64, limping a little bit, but he's done a good job blocking tonight for them. Zach Norris, 5'7", 248.
I'm telling you.
These guys are hogs. I mean, absolute hogs.
I wonder what they feed them at the cafeteria up here.
And there's Wynn looking for the –
patiently waiting for those blocks to set up. That's Jacob Call.
It's a great observation, Jake. He is very patient waiting for his block, and then he accelerates.
That's next step. That after the block sets itself up, that next step that he has is probably one of the quickest that we've seen all year long.
Now it looks like we're going to – nope. I thought we might get a measurement. They're going to move it, change. 3:48 to go in the game. Okay, we're back with 3:40 to go. 1st down and 10. Ball inside the Prairie Grove 30. There's Easton who looks, throws, complete to Cottle. Bobby Capp finally with the tackle. Nick Sugg was over there. Storley had him wrapped up, couldn't quite hold on.
Cottle's proven, he low center of gravity. These guys, they're well coached. They played a whale of a ball game. It's just, hasn't come out on their deal. And really, they're going to go back and look at the game film, and they're going to go turnover in the beginning of the half, and you put yourself in a hole that they never were able to get out of.
And Halbert with 2 of those turnovers in the 3rd quarter and 1 in the 4th, and there was a fumble earlier that Jacob Call picked up. We're down to 3:20 to go in the ball game. I'm sure Pea Ridge would love to hit pay dirt. They've been inside the red zone. This is their 3rd trip inside the red zone so far tonight. Come empty-handed now. It's Cottle. This time he's looking to his right to Cottle over there. And a nice pass. They finally get a completion over there on Halbert. Nice job. Halbert giving a nice little tap there to
congratulate him.
Yeah, he said good play. And that's, Halbert's a good sportsman. And Prairie Grove leading 31-0, 2:45 to go in the ball game.
I tell you, when we came in here, the first thing we talked about the field. This field's been here for 49 years. If the stories that this field could talk about, it's kind of a bittersweet deal that they're going to have a $2.1 million complex at the site of the new high school. The only problem is creating is where they're going to have the mule jump next year.
And there's the pitch to Wynn. Wynn's looking. He accelerates, gets down inside the 10. The other thing, Jake, I was reading about this week
I think Eli Lopez in on the stop, I believe. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. No, good job by Eli. He's a sophomore. And that is that during the, 60s and 70s, Pea Ridge was just a powerhouse, just from what I was reading. And like you said, if those stories could tell.
This field's seen a lot of great football. And like we talked about ran into Miss Easterling out here just outside the press box, and she's probably sat in it's probably like church to her. That's her seat, That cowbell she had with her has seen many a ball game,
Yeah,
I'll guarantee
absolutely.
you that.
Under 2 minutes to go in the game, 1:57. First down and goal from the 7, and now Easterling rolling, looking, throws. He
got rattled.
Oh, he got hit hard, and I can't tell if
That's
it was
Sugg
and
Ledbetter.
Ledbetter. He gets up slowly, but he gets back up, and that's impressive. He took a shot.
Well, that dude's tired. He's played both sides of the ball. Played a pretty good defensive game as well. He's tired. His tank has to be getting close to empty.
Well, there was a lot of big games in the conference tonight. We know that Ozark won down there against Farmington 35-0. This game, while 31-0, was really a one-quarter explosion by Prairie Grove. 0-0 at half. So I'm sure at those other stadiums when they were hearing that score were raising their eyebrows. But now in the I formation, 1:51 to go. They're going to give it to Wynn. Wynn's looking for pay dirt. He gets inside the 5.
Tripped up there. I think
Timeout.
Dalton Falk. I can't really make out the number. I think that's Dalton Falk out there on the edge. Came in, got a hand on the foot. We got a Tiger down.
This is not a time with 1:43 with a 31-point lead that you want to get someone hurt. That looks like that may be called down there.
He came into this game with a pretty sore back from last week. And I know somebody was telling me his mom was going to hug him on the way out this morning. He goes, not right now. So he's been nursing a sore back.
His mama,
Sarah,
she came to me and said, Jacob loves to watch the games. He says, is there any way you could help me out and get some of the videos for him? So for his birthday, was able to help out a little bit there, and he loves to watch.
He's a
come
good
back
guy.
And watch. He's a great young man, and
he's a good leader. And he's. I knew last year when they polled the players, who would you want your sister to go out with? He was like led the bunch.
3rd and goal from the 2. They're going to give it to Wynn again. He's going to be caught in the backfield.
I think that's Nodier. He shot a gap.
Pea Ridge wants to get that pay dirt one time.
Prairie Grove does not want him to get that.
Out. We're down to 1:15, and Jake, after this play, regardless of whether it's a score or not, we'll start talking a little bit about what the implications of this win means and really how the conference standings will look and how it will all kind of play out. 57 seconds to go. 4th down and goal. They're going to Easterling. Oh, my gosh. Is that Halbert? John Halbert with his 4th interception of the night. He's got Wynn trying to catch him. Is Wynn going to do it? Oh, he catches Halbert at the 5-yard line. Oh, no. John Halbert, 4 interceptions this evening.
Easterling will have nightmares, and it'll be wearing the number 4 tonight. That's
Well, now with that, let's take a look at what the conference. Now you have Farmington and Ozark both with 2 losses. So, and Prairie Grove with victories over both. So if Prairie Grove was to lose 2, they'd have the tiebreaker over both of them. With Pea Ridge with 1 loss now, Prairie Grove wins next week, they would own the tiebreaker there. So victory next week clinches the number 1 seed. Cooper's going to take a knee.
Never wanted to see a victory celebration or victory
we may have to
stance.
do that. We may have to do that one more time.
The clock's
still running.
I think the clock's from the same company that has our basketball clock. It does that from time to time.
And now I think that's going to do it. There won't have to be another snap. And that's going to do it from here in Pea Ridge, the last game to be played here.
49 years here. There's a lot of emotion here tonight. It's senior night. This stadium, I'm hoping, will be the site of the Mule Jump next year because they'll have a $2.1 million football complex built by next season.
And we want to thank Pea Ridge. They've been very kind to us tonight. Great hosts. We wish them well the remainder of the season, and they're going to make the playoffs. We wish them well in the playoffs. And so they play Farmington next week, and that will probably decide whether they'll get that 2nd seed or not. If they were to lose, you'd be into a 3-way tie with Farmington, Ozark, and Pea Ridge.
Well,
So
basically what we need to do as Tigers is we need to take care of business. And,
take care of business next week. That's what we have to
Coach
do.
Coach Absher's done a very good job of keeping them focused all season long.
Well,
hopefully Zach's back next week.
Well, Jake, first of all, I want to thank you tonight for stepping in for Zach. You've done a great job, and it's been fantastic to have you with us. Want to also thank all of our East Lab students, Dalton Strong, Ethan Sam, Alicia Finfrock, Danny Davis, and Cole Walker, who's been keeping stats, and I'm going to take a look at those stats. Looks like Prairie Grove had 44 rushes, 320 yards, so we got our 300 again. Pea Ridge with 30 rushes for 206. Passing, Prairie Grove 138. Cooper was 711 with no interceptions. Total yards 458 for Prairie Grove. Average 8.3 yards per play, so we got back close to our average for the season. Pea Ridge was 6 of 16. It has 4 interceptions. Those were all Halberts.
Yeah.
And then Pea Ridge with 46 total plays, 250 yards. They lost 2 fumbles tonight. Prairie Grove punted twice for 30 yards. Pea Ridge a couple times for about 30 as well. So
the storyline is going to be the turnovers early in the first half set a tone that the Blackhawks couldn't overcome. And, it was 2 senior teams fighting it out. And I know the score doesn't really indicate that it was big, but it was a fight. It was a fight.
Absolutely. First half, 0-0. Prairie Grove had an explosive third quarter, led by several turnovers. John Hart with a couple of interceptions. Just want to point out that Weston Bartholomew tonight, 18 carries, 113 yards. Well, that's going to do it for us for tonight. We want to thank, again, Prairie Grove Telephone Company, PG Telco, for all they do in providing this for us. And, again, to our East Lab, Mr. Bond, Dr. Williams, and Jake, again, thank you tonight. It's been a pleasure to work with you on this tonight, and we will see you next week from the Grove. Have a great night.